Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a process video, so I'm going to be rambling, but it's educational still. So, this week I'm working on the second painting in a series I'm doing. It's a continuation of the self-portrait I did. This one is going to be of a biblically accurate angel, so yeah, lots of eyeballs, lots of feathers. It's going to be very complicated. In this video, I'm just going to be showing you guys how I start the underpainting on this piece. I have these watercolor pencils. I use Derwent watercolor pencils. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I will link them down below. But basically what I'm doing here is I have my sketch transferred onto my final illustration board surface, and I'm going in where there's going to be any shadows or darker colors. I will be placing blue in those areas to give it a cooler undertone. So I'm applying this on the background, which is going to be black, and I'm also applying it on the feathers and the wings to give some more dimension. And also, this just really helps with planning things out, honestly. Feathers can be very overwhelming to paint because there's so many of them and it can create a pattern. And if you're more of an intuitive painter like I am, it can be difficult because you just look at all the feathers at once and you're like, what? So I already have everything sketched out very lightly with graphite, and I'm going in wherever there's any lines. I'm going to add the blue watercolor pencil. Once I get the line art down with that, I'm also doing shading around all the feathers. So where the feathers overlap, I will add like a drop shadow onto that. So the wings at the top and bottom are open, whereas the ones in the middle are kind of hiding the center eye. When the wings are open, they create an arch. As you can see, I made a semicircle arch where I plan on doing the second layers of feathers. After I place that arch down, I'm filling that in with feathers, and where it overlaps on the bottom layer of the feathers, I'm creating more of a shadow with this blue watercolor pencil. And pretty much I'm going to do the exact same thing to the middle layer I just added. The very top of the wing will be casting a shadow along those feathers since they're layered underneath, if that makes sense. It's like they're kind of stacked. Now, you might be thinking, why are you getting so detailed with the shadows if you're just going to be painting over this? And to that I say, in every single video, I use gouache, and it's going to bring up whatever layers are underneath. I tend to build and mix the layers as I paint versus pre-mixing them exactly how I want them beforehand. This makes it so easy for me because as I paint, I don't have to worry about where the feathers are going while also trying to create shadows and highlights and then details. Instead of worrying about that while I'm painting, it's already right there. It's like a perfect map to help me check out and just focus on each step of my painting. So I know this specific type of angel has wheels made out of eyes. I didn't want to do like solid looking wheels, so instead I decided to do more of an energy looking wheel of eyes. Later on they're going to have a red glow about them, and they're just like floating irises, kind of. And right now I'm adding yellow anywhere there's going to be highlights. After that, I will be adding red to any highlights that are closest to the light source in the middle, which is that giant eyeball in the very center. As you can see, when I put down the yellow against the blue, oh my god, it helps differentiate every single feather. And right here, I was like, oh, I want to add the black background. And then I was like, no, just kidding. I need to blend this layer I just drew with water. And I love the precise gradients you can get with watercolor pencils. They don't flow as much as just regular watercolor, and I like that. So yeah, this is pretty fun because I can just watch YouTube videos and blend this in with water and not really think about anything. Not a single thought behind those eyes. This is when I realized I made kind of a mistake. I should have left the area behind the giant eye in the middle blank and then just used red because it's going to be glowing red right there. But I didn't do that. I layered it on top of the blue, so it makes this really disgusting looking purple that's pretty much just gray. I'll fix it later. That's a later me's problem. And at this point, I'm like, oh my god, this looks like a Journey album cover. Does it not? Alright, in the next video, I'll add the black background, and that's when I'm going to start adding the first few layers of gouache, and that'll likely be a longer video because the first few layers of gouache, I call it like the ugly stage of the painting. Nothing looks good in that stage. You just have to trust the process. Anyways, I will see you guys next week. Like this video if you liked it. Okay, bye.